What's going on, y'all? Is vDreski back with another video, man. Look, man, we got our second build video, bro. We got our second top 5 builds in NBA 2K20. Today we're doing shooting guards, bro, and it was a little harder to do shooting guards than point guards. But if y'all haven't already, make sure you sub, bro. As I told y'all, we like 400 something away from hitting 1,000. Make sure you smash the like button also and hit that notification bell because YouTube be acting stupid with the motherfucking notifications and shit. But anyway, man, let's get into it, bruh. We'll be right back. Alright, man, looky here. This is number 5. Number 5. Alright, so we're gonna go with the shooting and playmaking pie chart because I know y'all probably like, oh, this should be higher. Look, man, the point of a 2 guard is to be spot up and do things off the ball, not be a dominant ball player. Besides, like Harden, but Harden is like a point guard, really. So, like, yo, he's unless you're like a ball dominant 2 guard, you shouldn't really be using this build. Like, this build is pretty decent, but I feel like this isn't really for a traditional 2 guard. This is more of a 2 guard that likes to have the ball in his hand. Say like your point guard is like a pure sharp, or your point guard is a slasher or a lockdown or something. You should go with this build only if you're ball dominant and you are holding the ball. Okay? But let me show y'all, bruh. This build is basically very similar to the point guard build that we did yesterday, the playmaking shot creator. But you see how I did it. You want to max out everything for your shooting, get your playmaking up to enough so that you can get the 20 playmaking badges, and had a 7 defensive badges. 7 is like the key number there. And then I didn't know where else to put the rest of these, the little 4 points. But for this build, you won't be dunking. You will not be dunking. You will be driving. So, but you see that the block is way higher than the point guard, bro. The block is up there. All right, so the block is at a 69. So that block is really good. So that's the main difference between a point guard and a 2 guard is your defense will be a little better at the 2. Certain categories like your block and stuff like that will be higher. With this, I think this exact build on point guard, I did not touch block at all, but the point guard had some dunking ability. So it's just at the end of the day, your block rating really do matter on here. I swear you miss blocks so much, even with the badges to block people like chasing down artists and stuff, if you do not have a higher block. And of course we're gonna go with the shot create and take over with this player because you're gonna have the ball in your hands. So yeah, this build is really nice, but it's not the best. Let's get into the next one. Alright, man, number 4. Alright, so number 4, man, let's get into it, bruh. The build that we gonna go with, bruh, is I believe we went with the playmaking and defending chart. So that build itself is pretty decent. The reason why I did not go with the shooting and slash and pie chart on this list is because it's way better at the 1. But no, we went with the all defense pie chart. That's what we went with. So the big defensive pie chart is the one that you want to go with. This is strictly for people that want to lock down. You want to be able to switch on to the point guards, man, and lock him up, bruh. That's the main reason why you would make this build. Of course, we're going to have to max out the mid-range in the 3 because you need to be able to at least hit them in the corner or be able to hit them. You're not gonna hit them all the time, but you'll be able to at least probably make one. Like, the 3 is low, but the mid-range, you can hit that. And I made a Paint Beast build the other day with a 51-3, and I got seven shooting badges, and I ended up just putting corner specialist gold, catch and shoot gold, and I think that was it. Catch and shoot gold and stuff. Like, I don't know. I was hidden, bro. I don't know about all the badges I did, but I was hidden. But you see, what we did was we want the 30 defensive badges, so we maxed out all the stuff that we needed, and we put defensive rebound up. And I wanted to have that interior defense just in case if you were to get switched onto a big. But for the most part, you shouldn't be guarding down low, and you should be on the perimeter. So with this build, as you see, you get 13 finishing, 1 shooting, I believe 8 playmaking, and 30 defensive badges. And with this build, you could go 6'5" or 6'6". I went 6'5" because when you lower the weight all the way at 6'5", you get a 95 lateral quickness, 95 steal, raise that wingspan all the way, and you get the 95 block. So this build here, man, is really slept on. You only got a 68 interior defense, but who cares? Like, at a 99, that'll be in the 70s. So this build itself, just this build in general, is going to lock people down, and you're going to be able to at least catch oops and stuff and be respectable in the mid-range. You'll be able to hit mid-range or a couple mid-ranges or so if you know your jumper, you know your release. But this build is mainly for defense and slashing purposes. All right, so make sure that y'all remember that. All right, we going to number 3. So number 3, we're going with the playmaking and defending pie chart. All right. So the reason why these builds are lower on the list is because these builds are really good at what they do, but they're not good, and they're strictly off-ball players that only can do a couple of things. Like, you can't do everything on this build. You know what I mean? Like, you only can do certain things. But the reason why this one is higher than a two-way finisher, because you still have defensive capability, but you also still get contact dunks, and you have a higher layup. So you'll still have contact dunks. And the key here is leveling your pass up to a 79. Put another point in the post moves to give you the 15 playmaking badges. So you'll be able to get quick first step, Hall of Fame, and a couple other badges, potentially Hall of Fame or gold, that will work good with a slashing type player. But you see, we have 10 shooting, 10 finishing, 15 playmaking, and 17 defensive. But I decided to lower it to 9 because at the end of the day, with 9, you'll be able to get 3 gold. So 3 gold is what kind of matters. But with the defense, we went ahead and with the finishing, we're trying to see how we can get more finishing badges. So what I did was lower it to 17, and you see how many points I could just keep going down before I get 17 points to put on something else. And that gave me enough to get 2 slashing badges. All right, 2 slashing badges. So I could have put that back into shooting and got 10 shooting and instead of the 12 finishing, but I wanted my standard dunk to be a little higher. But I would recommend trying to put that in the shooting and getting that shooting badge, getting that extra shooting badge to have 10, just in case, like if you want that like a bronze or something like that. But yeah, man, this build is really nice. You would go 6'5" or 6'6", depending on what height you feel more comfortable with using. And I always go with 6'5". For the most part, I think a lot of my small forward builds are like 6'6", and a couple are like super tall, but it really just depends on what you feel like doing. With this, you're gonna lower the weight all the way, and with the wingspan, you want to be able to put the wingspan just down a little bit. I wouldn't go all the way down, but I would go down just a little bit so that you could still have a decent 3 when you get this player to like a 99. You'll be able to to hit, like, you have a respectable 3-pointer with a 68. It should be respectable. If somebody's just leaving you wide open, bro, they're stupid. But you see we had a decent 3-pointer and a decent mid-range. We went with the lockdown takeover, and this is a 2-way slasher, dude. This is a Michael Jordan build. This is also Till House's build. If you guys watch Till House is one of my favorite older YouTubers. He an old head, bro. He one of my favorite ones to watch, though. But this build is number 3 on the list, and this is a really, really slept on build. This build is really nice, and I really like how it's set up, how everything is with this build. But anyway, let's get into the next one. Alright, so number 2 on the list, bruh. Number 2, bro. We get through this video, but we're gonna go with the sharp shooter freaking chart. So we're gonna just pure sharp, just a sharpshooter chart, and I'm gonna show y'all what I leveled up to make this player pretty good. So you want to get those. We're gonna get those 30 shooting badges. We need those 30 shooting badges, and we need our pass accuracy decent. We need our ball handling decent. You know, we gotta be able to do a little bit of something. If we get the ball, you don't want to get the ball and just freaking get ripped instantly. But with the defense, I wanted to level up as much as I can. So you see we get 7 defensive badges there. And I want to see how many you get. So you only get 9 if you max it out. So what I did was I took those away and I lowered that enough to get 7. And then what we're going to do is put this stuff in the finishing. So you want to have that layup and you want to have the dunk. All right. With the close shot, we could put that up right there. But the dunk and the layup is pretty cool. You could get lobs. I don't know how often you would dunk them, but you can get them. But what I saw here is that we could get some playmaking badges. So we got 2 extra playmaking badges and put the rest on close shot to at least make it so when you get to a 99 or something, or closer you get there, the higher your close shot would be, the easier it would be to, like, if you make a mistake and pull up, you'll still have a chance to hit it. Because if you have no close shot, you will not hit that bitch if you pull up. I'm just telling you, I know from experience, bro. I know from experience. But with this build, we definitely going 6'7". This is like the only super tall shooting guard that I would recommend making, because it doesn't, you're not losing a lot, and you being taller will help with the contest on the shots, and it'll help with it'll minimize the contest on your shot attempts. But we raised our wingspan until we got this 93 ball. I believe a 93 ball is good enough, and especially if you got certain takeovers and stuff. But I believe a 93 ball is enough, and leveling up to, like, you could go with that 93 ball, or you could lower it and get the 95. So the reason why I would get the 95 though is because when you get to a 99, you got a 99 3-pointer. So you have a 95, and Klay Thompson doesn't have long arms on this game either. So you could basically be a Klay Thompson build because you only lowered your wingspan by a little bit. But it's a sharpshooter facilitator, as you see Klay Thompson comparison up here. But this build is really nice, especially for the catch and shoot opportunities, and you're playing off ball most of the time. But let's get into the next one. All right. Next and final build, number 1 on the list. Number 1 on the list, bro. We going with the 2-way sharp build, bro. The 2-way sharp build at the 2 guard is probably the best shooting guard in the game, and I know, man. I know it's really nice, dude. It's a really nice build, and it's something that is really slept on, and how I made it is different. So it's not like, I know some people will raise the wingspan all the way so it's a perimeter lockdown, stuff like that. We're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that. This is the true Klay Thompson build. This is Klay Thompson's actual build. When I searched up like when I read about Klay Thompson and I read about the stuff for Klay Thompson, this is the build that came up for him. But you see, we got that pass accuracy, everything. We got 4 finishing, 4 playmaking, 18 shooting, 18 defense. But I'm trying to figure out how I can get a little more. So you see, I got that 7. I got 5 playmaking now, with just downgrading my rebound a little bit. So I usually always go build. You can go 6'5" or 6'6", but I would go 6'5" with this one, just for the fact that your two-way and your defense or your shooting isn't as good as it would be on like the pure sharp build. So I would go 6'5", just so that you can get that extra little oomph on your 3-point. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But anyway, you want to get that. I would go with the 83 without decreasing it any more than that, because you don't want to be too butt. Like, you don't want to be too butt on there. But go with whatever takeover you want. I pick lockdown. The sharp takeover is really good, dude. But it's a 2-way 3-level scorer, and this is actually Klay Thompson's real build name in the game. But that's pretty much it for the video, dude. I hope y'all really enjoyed. We got another video coming out tomorrow for the small forwards, and then we're going to do power forwards, and then we're going to do centers. I just want these videos to come out for the newer people that's getting 2K, hopefully to help my channel out a little bit. But yeah, we're going to post some multiple gameplays for different things over the coming weeks. But I hope y'all enjoyed, and peace.